What did Jesus look like? The Bible does not give a physical description of how Jesus looked from the perspective of those who saw him on earth. However, based on the writings of the New Testament, some characteristics can be observed. Jesus was clearly a Jewish male. Based on known traditions of the time period, he was likely a little over 5 feet tall, had Middle Eastern skin tones, dark hair, and a full beard. According to Luke, Jesus was also circumcised as an infant according to Jewish custom, Luke 2. Luke 2:52 mentions normal physical and social development, but nothing more. The Gospel writers mention Jesus' clothing. He wore a traditional Jewish outer garment, called a robe in English translations, which was stripped from him during his trials in Matthew 27. This robe was turned dazzling white at his transfiguration and was given away by lot, a game of chance, when Jesus was crucified. In addition, Jesus wore some type of traditional Jewish undergarment, as was made clear when he washed the feet of his disciples in John 13. John the Baptist also referred to the sandals of Jesus, indicating the type of shoes he wore, Luke 3:16. Because the disciples in the New Testament did not highlight his physical characteristics, it is likely Jesus did not have any physical characteristics that stood out to his friends. He was likely average height and weight and lacked a bodybuilder physique. Some mention Isaiah 53:2 when speaking of Jesus' appearance. The passage serves as a prediction of the suffering servant in reference to Jesus. It states, "For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him." According to this verse, Jesus was not known for his physical looks, which confirms the New Testament accounts that mention nothing about his looks. In Revelation 1:14-15, we are given a description of Jesus as he looked to the writer in his vision. It reads, "The hairs of his head were white, like white wool, like snow. His eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze, refined in a furnace, and his voice was like the roar of many waters." This passage describes the resurrected Jesus with head and hair that are white or perhaps glowing, along with eyes like fire. His bronze feet and loud voice complete the picture of a majestic, powerful Jesus who has conquered death and the grave. While our contemporary age seeks answers regarding how Jesus looked, Scripture gives little attention to his physical characteristics and instead focuses on his spiritual teachings. Accordingly, those who seek to follow Jesus are challenged to focus on living out his teachings rather than on speculating about his physical appearance.